Picture your kidneys as two quiet protectors working around the clock. Every single day, they filter nearly 50 gallons of blood without asking for attention. But when too much sugar enters the picture, these hardworking organs are forced to take on far more than they were built to handle. Extra sugar doesn't just increase blood glucose levels. It also changes the way your kidneys filter waste, making them process a heavier workload than normal. Over time, that constant strain can slowly weaken their delicate structure. Research has shown that consuming high amounts of sugar raises the risk of glomerular hyperfiltration, a condition where the kidneys filter more blood than they should. At first, that might sound like they're performing better. In reality, it's like keeping a car engine running at full throttle all day, every day. Sooner or later, the wear and tear begins to catch up. The most concerning part is that kidney damage often develops silently. These organs rarely send warning signs until they've already been under significant stress. That's why many people don't realize there's a problem until much later. Removing sugar from your diet, even for just 30 days, gives your kidneys a chance to recover from years of non-stop overwork. It's like finally allowing two exhausted bodyguards to take a well-deserved break after standing watch without rest. But here's something that catches many people off guard. The changes that happen during the first few days without sugar can be even more surprising than what happens after an entire month. The first 72 hours are usually the toughest. It's common to deal with headaches, cravings, irritability, or mood swings because your brain is suddenly missing the rapid bursts of energy it normally gets from sugar and the quick glucose spikes it creates. While your brain is adjusting, however, your kidneys are benefiting almost immediately. With less sugar circulating through your bloodstream, the pressure on their filtration system starts to ease. Studies suggest that cutting back on sugar also reduces the production of advanced glycation end products, commonly known as AGEs, compounds linked to faster kidney aging. Within only a few days, your blood can become easier for the kidneys to process, allowing them to function more efficiently. The adjustment isn't always comfortable. In many ways, it resembles giving up caffeine. Your body needs time to adapt to a different routine, but the rewards begin sooner than most people expect. The intense cravings gradually fade, your energy levels become more stable, and your kidneys settle into a healthier, less demanding workload. So even if you feel some temporary discomfort during those first few days, deep inside your body, your kidneys are already benefiting from the reduced strain. Here's another fact that often surprises people. Every sugary drink, dessert, or sweet snack you consume adds extra work for your kidneys because they have to filter the excess glucose from your blood. Unlike fats or proteins, sugar enters the bloodstream quickly, creating sharp spikes that your kidneys must respond to almost immediately. You can think of your kidneys like a coffee filter. If you pour water through it, it works exactly as intended. But if you repeatedly pour thick, sticky syrup through the same filter, it gradually becomes clogged, damaged, and less effective. That's very similar to what years of a high-sugar diet can do to the millions of tiny filtering units inside your kidneys known as nephrons. Research from Harvard has found that people who consistently consume large amounts of added sugar face a significantly higher risk of developing chronic kidney disease, also called CKD. And the most alarming part is that this damage doesn't only affect older adults. Even if you're young, active, and feel perfectly healthy, the harmful effects of excess sugar can begin building up silently years, even decades, before any symptoms become noticeable. The reality is more alarming than most people realize. Many people don't find out they have kidney problems until nearly 70% of their kidney function has already been lost. By the time symptoms appear, a large amount of damage has often already been done. That's why cutting back on sugar today is an investment in prevention instead of dealing with regret later. Sugar doesn't only raise your blood sugar levels, it also affects your blood pressure in ways most people never think about. Whenever you consume too much sugar, your body releases more insulin. One of insulin's effects is telling the kidneys to hold on to extra sodium and water. As that happens, fluid builds up, blood pressure rises, and the tiny blood vessels inside your kidneys are forced to handle even more stress. This is one reason why people who regularly eat a lot of sugary foods often notice bloating, puffiness, or constant fatigue. Their kidneys are working overtime, trying to manage the extra fluid and restore balance after sugar disrupts the body's normal chemistry. The good news is that this process can begin reversing surprisingly quickly. Once sugar is removed from your diet, your body gradually starts releasing the excess water it has been holding onto. Within a few weeks, blood pressure often begins to improve, making it much easier for the kidneys to do their job without unnecessary strain. For many people, this simple change can help reduce the risk of kidney damage linked to high blood pressure. Imagine trying to concentrate in a room filled with loud noise. Then suddenly someone lowers the volume. That's similar to what happens inside your body. Your kidneys finally get the chance to work under calmer, healthier conditions. Now let's talk about another painful problem: kidney stones. Most people assume they're caused only by eating too much salt or not drinking enough water. While those factors certainly matter, sugar is another major contributor that's often overlooked. A high intake of sugar increases the amount of calcium released into your urine. That extra calcium creates the perfect environment for tiny crystals to form. As those crystals collect more minerals over time, they can eventually grow into painful kidney stones. Research published in the Journal of Urology found that individuals with the highest sugar consumption had a much greater chance of developing kidney stones compared with those who consumed less sugar. And it's not just soft drinks that are responsible. Cakes, candy, pastries, sweet snacks, and even fruit juices marketed as healthy can contain surprisingly large amounts of added sugar. The difficult part is that once you've experienced a kidney stone, your chances of developing another one become much higher. Fortunately, there's encouraging news. After about a month without added sugar, the composition of your urine often begins to improve, making it harder for stones to develop in the first place. Think about that for a moment. Just 30 days of healthier choices could help you avoid years of severe pain. That's a trade your kidneys would gladly make. I'd love to hear from you. Have you or someone close to you ever dealt with kidney stones? Share your experience in the comments. When sugar is removed from your daily routine, your kidneys begin an impressive recovery process. Although these organs can't completely regenerate after severe damage, they do have a limited ability to repair themselves. Research suggests that lowering sugar intake reduces inflammation throughout the body, creating better conditions for the kidney's tiny filtering units, called nephrons, to recover and function more effectively. Picture a city where roads have been overloaded with heavy traffic for years. Once the traffic finally slows down, repair crews can move in to fill cracks, strengthen weak spots, and restore the roads. Your kidneys respond in much the same way. When they are no longer overwhelmed by excess sugar, they can focus on restoring healthy function. One of the first encouraging signs of this healing process is a reduction in the amount of protein leaking into the urine. Protein in the urine is one of the earliest warning signs that the kidney's filtering barrier has been damaged. As sugar intake decreases, that leakage often becomes smaller, indicating that the filters are becoming stronger again. There's nothing mysterious about it. This is simply how the body responds when the constant stress is removed. By cutting out sugar, you're giving your kidneys the opportunity to repair what they can. If sugar is the fuel, then diabetes is the fire that follows. Uncontrolled diabetes remains one of the leading causes of kidney failure around the world, and diets loaded with added sugars play a major role in that process. Persistently high blood sugar gradually damages the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys, eventually leading to a condition known as diabetic nephropathy. After spending 30 days without added sugar, many people notice an improvement in insulin sensitivity. In simple terms, the body becomes more efficient at using insulin, meaning it doesn't need to produce as much to control blood glucose. That benefits not only your pancreas, but also protects your kidneys from ongoing damage. It's a powerful chain reaction. Better blood sugar control leads to less stress on your blood vessels, healthier kidney function, and a lower risk of long-term complications. Researchers have also found that even moderate reductions in sugar intake can greatly decrease the chances of progressing from prediabetes to type 2 diabetes. And the fewer people who develop diabetes, the fewer eventually face the difficult reality of kidney failure and dialysis. Sugar may seem like nothing more than a simple pleasure, but for your kidneys, the impact can be far more serious. What feels like a harmless daily habit can slowly determine whether these vital organs stay healthy for years or gradually lose their ability to function. Regularly consuming too much sugar doesn't just affect your waistline. It fuels inflammation throughout your body, including deep inside your kidneys. When blood sugar stays elevated, it creates oxidative stress, a process that damages kidney cells and makes them more likely to develop scar tissue. Once those scars form, the lost kidney function cannot be fully restored. The encouraging news is that your body begins responding surprisingly fast when sugar is removed from your diet. Research shows that within about 30 days, inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein or CRP often begin to decrease. Lower inflammation means less stress on your blood vessels and healthier kidney tissue, allowing your kidneys to perform their filtering job more effectively. The benefits don't stop there. As inflammation declines, many people also notice clearer skin, fewer headaches, steadier energy levels, and an overall improvement in how they feel each day. It's a reminder that healthy kidneys are closely connected to the health of your entire body. Think of inflammation like rust slowly eating away at metal. The more rust that builds up, the weaker the structure becomes. Reducing your sugar intake is like slowing that rust before it causes permanent damage, giving your kidneys the opportunity to stay stronger and function well for much longer. You might be asking yourself whether just 30 days without sugar can really make a meaningful difference. The answer is absolutely yes. Although kidney damage develops gradually over many years, positive changes can begin appearing within just a few weeks. Blood pressure often starts improving, protein leakage in the urine may decrease, and the kidneys become more efficient at filtering waste from the bloodstream. Some people even notice subtle differences in their urine, such as improved clarity, reflecting that the kidneys are no longer working under the same level of stress. These may seem like small changes, but together they are strong signs that your kidneys are moving toward a healthier balance. At the same time, it's important to understand that 30 days isn't the final destination. It's simply the beginning. Think of it as a chance to experience what life with less sugar feels like. Once you notice the improvements in your energy, your mood, and your overall health, continuing those habits often becomes much easier. If you're finding this information helpful, be sure to watch another video from Physio Decoded. What happens if you cut out sugar completely for 30 days? It explores this transformation in even greater detail and shows what can happen as the benefits continue beyond the first month. Here's the most interesting part. Many people who successfully complete 30 days without added sugar discover that the changes are so noticeable they don't want to return to their old eating habits. Scientific research supports that decision. Long-term studies consistently show that people who maintain a diet low in added sugars have a much lower risk of developing kidney disease, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. In other words, your kidneys don't just benefit during those first 30 days. They continue benefiting for as long as you keep excess sugar under control. Every single day you avoid unnecessary added sugar is another day you're reducing the risk of future kidney damage and protecting yourself from serious complications like dialysis. That doesn't mean you can never enjoy a sweet treat again. An occasional dessert isn't what causes most kidney problems. It's the habit of consuming excessive amounts of sugar day after day that creates lasting damage. That's the takeaway. Balance helps protect your kidneys, and reducing excess sugar gives them the chance to recover and perform at their best. After 30 days, the science sends a clear message. Your kidneys will benefit, not only today, but for many years to come, if you continue making smart choices about sugar. If you found this video valuable, be sure to like it, subscribe to Physio Decoded, and share it with someone who could use the encouragement. Protecting your kidneys is one of the best long-term investments you can make for your health.